Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 200. Congratulations, Sakamoto Days.
Let's go,
Nice.
Sakamoto Days.
200 chapters of Sakamoto Days, and this is 200 bubbles. Last we left off, Ikari had made his grand entrance and has been a creepazoid to Shin already.
Yeah.
And Sakamoto is about to fight him. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but I wanted to do it now before I forget. If you look closely at the smaller panels, not just the ones that are like very zoomed in on Ikari's face, you could see like their specific effort to really capture the reflection in his in the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm.
You see it better in the previous chapter. I did want to say that. I just don't remember if I did when last week was there. But I thought that was just like a cool detail.
He's not reflecting Sakamoto though.
No, but he's reflecting the background around him, I guess. But anyway, Ikari and Sakamoto are about to fight, and they just get it popping immediately. You know, Sakamoto is fighting, cool fight. He manages to get Sakamoto underwater and chains him to the ladder of the swimming pool. And Sakamoto is unable to break the chains. That's when Ikari is like, capture complete, and starts punching him. And Ikari explains that the average human can hold their breath for 1 minute underwater. We'll see if you drown first or die from me pummeling you. And Sakamoto's like, We then cut back to Shin, who is confronting Ando again. And he's explains that, and Shin's like, there's a C4 bomb in the engine bay down below, right? And Ando's like, how did you know? And Shin explains that like when he tells the other assassin where the bomb is, he'll disarm it in a heartbeat and there'll be nothing to protect him. And Ando's like, you think you can threaten me, you little snot? He said, and she's like, my life's in my hands. I came here to decide whether or not you deserve to die. And he finally asks his dad, why'd you ditch me? And Ando is like, you dumbass, I didn't ditch you. I let you escape. And Ando explains that at the time he was running the JAA's orphanage and he didn't have time to raise his own kids, so he entrusted him to the orphanage. And unfortunately, that orphanage was a front. The reality, it was a brutal place where they cultivated assassins. The goal was to raise top-notch killers, and the training produced corpses left and right. So when he realized this, he let Shin go. He basically let Shin live. Essentially, he's like, I knew if you stay there, you'd be dead. And Shin is like, I don't understand, but I guess he didn't ditch me then, huh? I knew it. My dad really does love me. And Shin's like, so you saved me, right? And then Ando's like, hard to say. And he loads his gun and he points it at Shin. And he's like, the JA is after me for letting you escape. My life's a disaster now. Honestly, I regret it. I'm fed up, but now I can purge that regret. And yeesh. At that point, we cut back to Sakamoto and Ikari. And apparently Ikari has been wailing on him for a while now. And at that point, Sakamoto pulls out his gun and he's like, dream on. The water has 800 times the resistance of air. The bullet's force to speed is way reduced. You can't hit me at this distance. And so Sakamoto starts breathing out. He starts exhaling to a point where there's a ton of bubbles coming out. And then he puts the shaft of the gun in the bubbles and he shoots using the airway created by the bubbles to hit Ikari with full force bullet underwater. And Ikari's like, oh shit. And then he like climbs out. He's like, I underestimated. Who would have thought he sacrificed his last breath? And Sakamoto walks out of the pool. Ikari looks behind him, but this guy is already one around him. He motherfucker Aaron Donald his way, spin move.
He looked the wrong way. Huh?
No, he looked the right way. Sakamoto was just like, wham! And he punched the shit out of him so hard that he actually does go up the slide, a water slide. Like, not only that precision to punch him so hard, he falls directly in the hole of the slide to go upward around. And then not only that, he just climbs up the slide and drop kicks him within the slide. There's no room for this to be possible, but all right, I'll take it. And he keeps like
just giving him straight work. Yeah.
Dude, he's beating the shit out of him in a water slide. And I know Brian's loving this.
Yeah, I am.
He beats him so
Bet
hard.
your ass I am.
He beats him so hard the slide comes apart and is sent careening towards the end. The safety, like the pillars that are holding it, snap out of place. He's punching him so hard. They both pop out of the slide, and then Sakamoto punches him through the twists, the spiral of the slide, knocking him through the ground.
Dragon Ball Z style.
For real, through the ground and right on top of Ando, where he just happens to be. So Mr. He's like, ah, and Ikari's like, sorry, Mr. Ando, am I heavy? And at that point, Ikari is super pissed because he has injured Ando. And Shin looks up to Sakamoto, and he's like, what happened to you? And Sakamoto's like, nothing, just took a little dip. And wow, that was Sakamoto Days chapter 200. Josh, what did you think about the chapter?
Sakamoto's up there. And I'm not talking about the series. I'm talking about like the character himself. He's up there. He's top 10. I don't know where, but he's top 10 for doling out ass beatings. Without a doubt. I mean, I come back to that social media post frequently when I read this series about how Sakamoto versus Toji from Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh yeah,
what's his name's dad?
Yeah, Toji.
Yeah. And it was like, Toji mid diff, if it's like just straight hand to hand, like bare combat. And it said, but if Sakamoto even has like a blade of grass or an oddly shaped pebble, like they said Sakamoto clears. And like that says a lot for someone that can use cursed energy to reinforce their abilities, like their physical abilities.
Well, Toji doesn't.
He finds a way.
Well, Toji cannot.
Time.
So Toji
without fail. Sandblaster.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I know there's a lag, but Toji cannot specifically do that.
So he does have heavenly restriction, and that powers him up. So
that gives him abnormal strength, but I feel like
gives him a boost.
That gives him. I feel like Sakamoto does similar things. Honestly, I think Toji,
without having any spiritual energy.
Toji and Sakamoto is a good matchup.
That much swag.
But sorry,
yeah.
I hate
this
lag.
A good matchup that Sakamoto clears. No, that's fair. No, and I heard you. I heard you all the way. I hope you can hear me. But I mean, yeah. So yeah, Sakamoto's he's up there. It was important for me that he punched him up the slide. I'm not gonna try to say I called it, but when I seen them fighting in the amusement park, I did hope that something like that would happen. I hope they would fight on the slide, but in my mind, I was like, man, how funny would it be if someone got hit so fucking hard they got sent up the slide like the wrong way, and like passed by a kid that like maybe like flew upwards and passed by a kid that was on the tube, but Thank God nobody was actually in there, no children or adults. I mean, yeah, and then finished him with the Goku Super Saiyan special. Like he just beamed him down to Earth and made a crater. But it wasn't Earth, it was the ship. So he knocked him down a few floors perfectly to hit Sendo. Right?
Ando.
No, that's a character from Hajime no Ippo. Yeah, Chris said it.
Ando.
And you know, he deserved it. He deserved that shit. He deserved that shit because I'm gonna tell you this: when you become a parent, you're either a good parent or a bad parent. It's very easy to draw the line between whether you're selfish or not. You could be a good parent that fucks up a lot and needs to do better, but there are bad parents that think that because they provide this or that they're not bad people. I'm not here to have a whole lecture about that. I will just say that Ando something, right? Ando.
Yeah, it's just
his name
Ando
is
right
Ando. Yeah. Ando's a confirmed piece of shit because he decided to be selfish about the birth of his child and his life. He looked at him as a hassle the whole time. He put him in an orphanage, and then poor Shen, who's really just looking for that that father figure and someone to genuinely love him unconditionally, I guess, being his father, was led to I understood like why he felt like, oh, maybe that was my father trying to like look out for me, like by letting me escape. But no, he just let you off the fend for your fucking self as a child. So he sucks. I hope he gets wrecked and put in jail. And I still also hope that Ando becomes a villain later on, that they have to fight again. And he's mad strong. And he also has mind control powers because he's this kid's father. And he's like that. And they did test on him in jail and it worked. If it happens, I called it.
You did call it. I'll tell you. Yeah. That would be good.
Brian?
Honestly, and that's a good theory. It might be a good theory.
I think so. Or maybe I've been watching too much Invincible.
Nah.
Yeah, how about that? 3 episodes? It's random. Anyway.
Of Invincible?
Yeah.
I haven't seen really any of it.
The comics.
I have a lot of them.
You have Invincible?
Yeah, I have the compendiums, which are the big textbook-sized versions of the series.
Dog.
I'll let you borrow it if you want.
Slide them shits by.
I'll lend you the first one.
Slide them shits. Yeah. I think it's time because they taking too long.
Invincible's good.
So I mean,
Invincible's very good.
Yeah. I've been told and been pressured a lot to read it. So I'm getting into it. Just awesome chapter. Not my favorite, but it was an awesome chapter. Brian, what are your thoughts?
All right. RGC.
Yeah, I knew it. I loaded it up as soon as I saw the slide.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
This is that shit. This is that shit that makes Sakamoto Days so fucking good. Like, they just put you in this scenario, and then they're like, all right, how many creative things can we do in this scenario? How much shit would you like? It's just like, that's not supposed to happen in this place. Punches someone up a slide, he goes fucking ping-ponging through it, chases through, breaks it, kicks him through. God damn. Come on, that's fucking peak. And that's that shit. That's like the creativity that comes through the arc. Now imagine if that didn't happen in this arc. Imagine if that didn't happen. If he didn't kick him through the slide and then they just started fighting next to the pool. That would be a little disappointing, wouldn't it?
I wouldn't say disappointing. It just wouldn't be as good.
Exactly. Now that's how I feel about the goddamn prison.
It's not the same.
I think that's a false equivalency personally, because I don't think it was as uninteresting as you say. I think a lot of interesting things happened, just not specifically with the environment, and I was okay with it. Just want to make it known.
Well, I'm not.
We all feel
And
the way we feel.
this chapter is the perfect example of how it's supposed to be done in Sakamoto Days, because it's done it like this forever, and this prison arc is the one part that's just kind of like, for some reason, not doing it properly. But this is the shit that I love about Sakamoto Days. Every fucking part of it, the creativity, using the bubbles to shoot the gun, sick. Man, I just can't praise this kind of shit enough. I love creative fight scenes like this, and Sakamoto Days is full of them. So those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I also really like this chapter a lot. It's my second chapter of the week. I would place this in second place. It's tough this week though, because the other series where it was also very good. Our next series, Kagurabachi, but I don't know. It was a lot of fun. I mean, there's just like with the creativity of the battle scenes, there's also this like inherent absurdity to them. That's also kind of funny, of just knocking someone through a slide and fighting them in the slide. I think that's just like a funny thing, as well as badass and pretty cool. But yeah, I don't have much thoughts. There's a lot of action, and the sad thing about Shin, you know, his dad just like tossing him aside. Like, it may have started as an act of at least somewhat concern. He's like, oh well, I don't want him to die here. I may leave him for his own, but you know, I'm not gonna like let my son die in this fucking shitty place. But then it became like his true intentions are just like, it's a pain in the ass now, and I regret it, and I wish I'd let him die there, which is nuts. And I too hope he gets his fucking shit kicked in. I don't know what's gonna happen to Ando. I can't imagine that he.
Can I clarify?
Oh yeah, please.
No, yeah, I want to clarify something. I want him to return so that they can beat his ass again. You know what I'm saying? So he can like really see the wrath.
Yeah.
And Shen could like smoke him. Like, I don't want it to be a 1-on-1 either. I want him and a couple of his friends to beat him down 3-on-1. Like that. Like Kingdom Hearts versus boss style.
Yeah. Where all of them jump them.
You know, passing heals to each other, comboing off each other's special moves, Trinity attacks.
Yeah, one person never heals.
Deplete the HP bar. Did you know you could change the character settings?
Yeah.
You know that now, right?
I can.
I didn't know that for a long time.
I knew it when I was younger. Honestly, it didn't help that much. He didn't heal you that much more.
PODs.
He does
Well,
not.
at least
OD.
towards the end of the game.
He does not OD. I wish he would sometimes. When a younger me wished he would have OD'd. Just so I can live and I could have beat the game a lot sooner. I gotta play Kingdom Hearts again. It's been too long.
I just started a chronological playthrough.
I'm not gonna do all that.
I'm starting at Birth by Sleep
Yes.
on the hardest difficulty.
What?
How are you playing it, Brian? Are you playing it using redacted methods?
No, I have the game on Steam.
You have it on proud mode?
Critical mode.
Oh my god. I've never played it in
Is that
critical.
more than proud?
It's critical.
I've never played it in more than normal. I've never played Kingdom Hearts harder
Yeah,
than
me
normal.
neither. So I'm like super nervous about it, honestly.
I
Some of
did
these
for like
bosses are
5
insane.
minutes and died 3 times.
It's too much.
And I was like,
It's supposed to be a fun game, huh? It's supposed to be my Disney fun time.
I got smoked by
Who you got smoked by?
Destiny Island.
Oh my god. You know what I try to do?
Riku on Destiny Island.
Yeah, me too. You know what I try to do? I spend a lot of time on Destiny Island just training and like fighting them Final Fantasy kids. But Riku always gives me the work every time, and I hate it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I just a bad
Try to get your
gamer?
level up.
much as bad at this game.
Yeah, he's a skill check, I guess.
Yeah, son of a bitch. But that's all I gotta say about Sakamoto Days.